Hello there, Captain. In this video, I'm going to show you how to decarbonize your ship in a matter of minutes. Fair warning though, before we start, it's going to take more than 2 because we're going to dive into detail and I'm going to give you a lot of guidance on how the tool, the Decarbonizer, works. And secondly, also because we are constantly developing the tool, this version might actually be different than what you're encountering at the moment. And we would love your feedback, which you can give by simply clicking on the Talk to Expert button on the bottom right, and then you get to the help desk in which you can directly chat with me or colleagues. That being said, let's get started. So we only have 2 questions that we need in the beginning: ship type and installed power. And then we're going to press this magical button, decarbonize your ship. Well, if only it was that easy. And here we have a list with carbon reduction measures. On the left hand side we have all different measures that we can implement at the moment in this tool. Estimated CO2 reduction, CAPEX, so the investment costs, delta OPEX, which is simply the difference between what you would normally have and when you implement this measure, and that break-even days, because if the delta OPEX is negative, you actually save money or save costs. And if the delta OPEX is positive, it's actually costing you costs, or it's going to be more than what you normally pay for operations. The first question I hear you asking is, look, Vincent, how do I know this is specific to my vessel? This is too easy, right? Well, you're correct. So we have ship parameters, operational profile, and engine characteristics at the top, which you can use to give your engine or ship or operational profile specifics. So let's show those. Here we have the ship parameters, which you can change. In the future, we're gonna add some more parameters, of course, but right now we're going to change the length overall to 55. We only have an offshore small vessel, and the extreme beam is going to be 18. She's pretty young, only 3 years old. Yeah, that's about it. That's our vessel for the moment. And the operational profile I'm going to show you is a bit more detailed, but very important. So let's dive into it. Our operational profile shows the average or representative power demand and the operational profile for 3 different modes with an average fuel consumption, etc. So right now we have a combination of modes, but as you can see, this is a lot of information. Let's make it easier. Idle mode first. We are assuming this is your hotel load, and it's about 25% of what you would normally use of installed power, but we're going to increase a little bit so the base load gets higher. And for sailing, we're now assuming 80% of your total installed power, but we're gonna increase that as well. We're sailing pretty fast here. And then we have our working and final mode, which is a bit a special mode because we have a baseline and intermittent peaks, and these represent either crane usage or thruster movements or what have you, but you can change them here and you can increase the base load in working mode. You can maybe increase the frequency at which it occurs or decrease. Yeah, let's gonna decrease it. And finally the size, well, let's call it 18 kilowatts per peak roughly. That's an estimate. And then we can combine these different working modes, and then you can actually increase no, we're not going to increase the idling time. We're going to decrease it because we don't have a lot of idling time with our vessel. And we're going to increase the amount of sailing time. Yeah, there we go. This is our operational profile that closely represents what we normally do, and that makes us happy because now we have it more specific to our needs. We can always change it later. Finally, the engine characteristics. We can choose between a 2-stroke or 4-stroke engine, medium, high, or low speed. And we have a new engine, high speed. New engine means less average costs per hour for maintenance. And we have a slightly more efficient engine. So we're going to lower the specific fuel consumption curve up to the point that it closely resembles what we have in reality. In the future, we're looking to expand this with multiple engines, so you can actually see how it would work if you have a vessel with multiple engines, and you can maybe implement your own specific fuel curve in the future. But as I said, we're constantly developing, so that's something for later. And now we have something here in this table that more closely represents what we have. And here you see less idling time means less usage of shore power, batteries do less work when you sail more, etc., etc. This, of course, is not fully correct because we can change fuel parameters that we have. Some of these parameters I will change later, but here we have our fossil or conventional fuel usage. And of course, if we increase the costs, our OPEX is going to increase as well, and our delta OPEX will be more favorable to carbon reduction measures. If you don't want to implement carbon tax, that's fine. You can decrease to 0, or you can actually see the point at which your measure will provide you with a reduced cost. This is the premium that we have when using biofuels, so 50% added to your regular fuel costs. You can also simply drag it to 0, and then you'll see biofuels will decrease. And here we have hydrogen, ammonia, and methanol as alternative fuels, which I will come back to later. Now we have our table complete, and we can choose two different types of measures. Prevent measures, which are measures to prevent the combustion of fuel. These, under the right circumstances, will mostly give you back or save some costs. And here we have the change fuel measures, and we have 4 types of fuel available. So we're going to go for well, I like shore power a lot, but I'm going to go for batteries because well, that's break-even days. Well, I'm not sure if I would do this in real life if it was my vessel, but maybe we can change that later. And we're going to go for we're going to go for hydrogen. The combination of these two will give us 100% carbon reduction. Capex is quite high, and our delta OPEX is well, this is still quite a lot. But let's see what we can do about that. We can show the measures that we have, batteries and hydrogen, and we have our own hydrogen factory, coincidentally, and we only pay €6 per kilo, so that's going to decrease the costs a lot. And we also have, let's say, a good source for batteries. So we're going to reduce the capex costs to only €1,000 per kilowatt. And then you can see that, of course, this is a bit more favorable for the measures. But if you choose these different measures, then you get some additional parameters that you can change and make it more specific to your preferred measures. Then finally, we only have to do one thing. You can send all this information to your inbox by providing us with your email. And don't worry, as you can see, we do not store your email. It's too much of a nuisance, and I don't like that as well. So we simply want to give you your ship-specific decarbonization roadmap. I'm going to enter our email address. Thank you, you are breathtaking. And once submitted, you should receive a PDF with your results in a matter of minutes. And if there's anything else, you can contact the help desk for questions. So right now we're going to wait a bit for the PDF. Still waiting. There we go. Yes, we received our PDF. Here we go. Let me show you our carbon reduction measures, the preferred measures that we had, and of course our email address. For next time, we could actually show the ship parameters, so that will actually be implemented in the PDF as well. And that's basically it, but you can use it as many times as you want. But what if you don't have all the time in the world to figure it out for yourself and you want to have somebody do the work for you? Well, we can help you there as well. For just €299, we can make you a personalized report for your vessel. That means that we do all the work for you, and you will get a PDF and a Word file as well with all the information about your specific carbon reduction measures, operational profile, including guidance on the measures and how to implement it, and of course a more detailed cost breakdown. Let's see, go to page 18, zoom a bit in, and what we'll do is we'll give you a cost breakdown for your ship specifically to see what would be the costs for, in this case, let's see if I can read it, because this is a lot of information that you all will get. yeah, this is the battery system purchase, design engineering for that you have to do, procurement, retrofitting costs, commissioning, etc. So what you will get is a personalized report on how to decarbonize your vessel for just 299 euros. And believe me, you're gonna save a lot of time that you can use for other things, like for instance, sailing on that beautiful ship of yours. So if you're interested, you can simply use the tool for free, or you can request a personalized report on our website. Simply go to the Decarbonizer or talk to an expert and start your journey today.